Hey viewers, welcome to Real Astrology. Once again, I'm Vanita Lenka. I'm a Vedic astrologer, and today I'm going to be talking about Mars's transit through the sign of Pisces. Yes, it's a little delayed video, I know, but I've been traveling and I've been busy, so I'm just going to be talking about this topic. It's a very important transit. That's why it required attention, and I wanted to make this video from a long time. So stay tuned. I'll be sharing in the first segment about what is Mars in Pisces and how is it going to be impacting globally, or what exactly does it mean, and what are the pointers, the highlighters, which I will definitely be sharing in the first segment. So stay tuned. Do not straight away jump to your sign, because then it will be difficult for me to explain in between. So to understand this transit, you must actually hear this first part. And then in the latter segment, I will be sharing as to how this is going to be impacting all of us. That is the 12 signs, 12 ascendants, or the moon signs, or the Dasha Lord, where your Dasha Lord, what Dasha Lord is. Make your first house that, and then see how this transit is. So stay tuned. And thanks. This is a time when, I'm going live. I will be doing the live again in the evening for the weekly. So I thought I'll just finish this today in the afternoon. In India, it is afternoon time. So a lot of traveling I have done, and now I'm completed with this. And now I want to be regular with my videos. So yeah, this Mars transit is happening from the 17th of May, which has already taken place, and it's going to be till the 26th of June. And it's going to be, a mixed bag for one and all. You know what is Pisces sign? Pisces sign is the last sign of the natural zodiac. It is like detaching energy. And Mars going there, joining Jupiter. So it's going to be, giving us all some, joining some retreat or maybe some kind of meditation. You're going to be definitely secluding yourself, isolating yourself from the jing bang of the world. So this is the time to take a break, actually, from all the tensions and, the workload that you have been going through. So give yourself some time, give yourself some space, some break. So take a break. And if you want to go in for traveling, taking a retreat, going in for some kind of meditation, nirvana, anything that you feel that can rejuvenate you, you should be opting that for, just go ahead with it. I'll be doing the timestamps once this video gets uploaded, so give me some time as well. But surely there will be timestamps in a later half of the day. So there are 3 nakshatras this Mars is going to be transiting through, that is ruled by Jupiter, Saturn, and Mercury. So Purva Bhadra, this Mars transited through on the 3rd of May, and it's going to be till the 21st of May. One pada is in this Pisces sign of Jupiter's, and then it transits through Saturn's nakshatra, that is Uttara Bhadrapada, from 22nd of May till the 8th of June, and then Revati 8th of June till the 26th of June, and last couple of days would be in Gandanta. So why I'm sharing with you these dates, because if you have any major planets, important planets in these nakshatras, so definitely it is going to be impacting you for sure. So any planets, if you have in these nakshatras or right opposite the nakshatras of these, so you will definitely feel there is a lot of commotion there. Because, Mars and Saturn and Mercury, they are not friendly with each other. Like Mars with Saturn, neutral, Mercury, bitter enemy, but Jupiter, a friend. So that's going to be till the 21st of May. So it's almost, it's gone out of the Jupiter's nakshatra when I'm making this video. So it is now in Saturn's nakshatra. It was in Saturn's sign, 2 signs previously, and now it's in Saturn's nakshatra. So Saturn is in dignity though, but at the same time, there is a lot of restricting energy when Mars is in the nakshatra of Saturn. It exalts in Saturn's sign because he feels very, elated there. He feels quite recognized there. But in the watery sign, Mars has no place in water sign, because he's a fiery energy after all. So when Mars is in this fire zone, the fiery energy in the water zone, he is going to be feeling a lot of emotional bent of mind. So that is the reason I'm saying that you should actually focus more on your own self. Manifest those kind of energies where you are not superficially thinking about things. You're not taking things deeply. Emotional being emotional is also a kind of an important important emotion. Like, you have to have emotional bent of mind also. So this Mars, when goes there, it's going to be giving you that kind of detaching energies, time to actually reinvigorate and rejuvenate yourself. Look into yourself. Self introspection is required. So just make sure that you do these things, and you just take a break from things which you are doing right now. But it's not that you're moving totally away from the worldly desires and all. Also in the 12th house, what happens in the 12th sign of and 12th house of the natural zodiac, this Mars is actually going to be isolating. Could be that you will feel unwell. Maybe you're traveling away from your family, because this is the ruler of the first and the eighth sign of the natural zodiac, also entering the 12th house, 12th sign. So it's like loss of self. So could be hospitalization, or maybe there will be some major decision making that will be happening, which can lead to major losses in finance and trade, commerce, that might just suffer right now. So we must actually check how the position of the personal chart is, how the planetary positions are as far as Mars and Jupiter are concerned, because Mars and Jupiter are going to be conjunct together in the sign of Pisces. And they're friends after all. So this is going to be enhancing the education sector. You will be moving towards understanding more, or acquiring more knowledge. The best is to be charitable also. Orphanage, or maybe you join the defense sector, or you just serve the defense sector, or you can also move ahead and start donating your services by teaching others. Charity is the key. That is what can actually make this transit a very beautiful transit for you, in case you're having any kind of complications in your personal lives. Also, this Mars is going to be aspecting Sun in Gemini from the 15th of June till the 26th of June. Now, here, when Mars is aspecting Sun, he's going to be giving a lot of energy towards the authoritative figures. And authoritative figures are definitely going to be feeling a lot of, courage to make decisions now. Emotional bent of mind, of course, we cannot forget that. We cannot rule that out. But at the same time, this is going to be giving a lot of desire for fulfillment, towards the goals that they have set. So this is going to be a good transit for that reason. Also, this is this can also lead to some kind of changes in the communication, the way of communication with the neighboring countries. We will be coming to some conclusion, now the terms, we'll be setting the terms, we'll be all across the globe. I'm talking about the neighboring countries. For each country, we'll definitely be having some kind of conversation, because Mars is going to be looking at the Gemini sign also from here. So when Mars is looking at Gemini and Virgo signs, that is ruled by Mercury, not a friendly planet. They are not friends to each other. So definitely we have to be very cautious when we are signing any agreements. It can lead to some kind of complications with the siblings or the neighboring countries. We have to be careful about that. So, but there will be some major policy making decisions that we'll be taking. Also the health sector, because Mars and Jupiter both are looking at Virgo sign. So the health sector is going to be getting a lot of, improvement. It's going to get a lot of, charity, or we can say aids, and we can also get a lot of help and support from each other globally. So that's very positive. Now there is another thing which is happening, that is Mars is going to be looking at Libra sign, where Ketu is there. Now it's a Pisacha yoga, as we all know, when Mars and Ketu come in contact with each other by any which ways. Now here Mars is going to be looking at this Ketu. Ketu is in Libra sign, Rahu in Mars's rule sign Aries. Earlier, Ketu was in Scorpio sign. Now the eclipses are very important phenomena during this time, because it is happening in Mars's sign every time. From past 18 months, it was in Aries. It was in Taurus and Scorpio axis, now in Aries and Libra axis. So can you see how the connection is? And the luminaries get eclipsed, remember. So when the luminaries, who are the friends to Mars, are getting impacted in Mars's house, so this definitely gives a lot of violence, volatile energy, and we can see what is happening globally. So we should not expect anything which is on the improving side, though there is a difference, because here the eclipse was in Scorpio again, and in in the Aries sign, there was the first solar eclipse that took place. So we must actually be prepared for the authoritative figures getting impacted negatively. They might just make wrong decisions, they are confused, or they can be that there are certain major policy makings which we will be actually experiencing in this upcoming transit. So Mars is linked. We should not ignore the eclipses, where they're happening and how they are taking place, in and which all signs and which all planets are getting impacted. So we must actually consider all that. And you, in your personal chart, how you have to check is where your Mars is, how far is this Mars transiting. If it is forming a 6-8-12 relationship, then definitely it is going to be giving you some upheavals, because from Mars, if it is the 8th house, that means the Mars is looking at that Mars as well. So double the impact. So you might just have health issues, you might make wrong decisions. So make sure that you are compatible with your horoscope and the transit. Okay, you're prepared. But intensity will not be the same. This is a disclaimer. These are general predictions. They might match to 50% or 40%, but not 100%. I cannot claim that either, because there are lack of possibilities of having these kind of transit positions and your birth chart matching 100%, of course, because you have different dashas, right? So the dasha, if you have a Venus dasha running right now and you have an antardasha of Mars, so definitely it can trigger marriage. It can trigger harmony in relationships, or there can be a marital discord, because Ketu is in Libra sign, which is a harmonious sign as it is. So there can be some detaching energies during this time with Mars also. Yeah, so you should, wherever your Libra sign especially, you should be extra cautious about your health. Drive safely and travel safely. In your relationships, be careful, do not get involved in unnecessary arguments. I would request you all. Okay. And also there are these you should check the Gandanta position, that is when there is a transition which is happening towards the end of the transit. So 24th, 25th, 26th June, you will feel quite uneasy, or maybe there will be some transition coming in. It's a bhumi putra, it's a bhukaraka, bhumi karaka. So land, property, real estate, they might just pick up, and at the time of Gandanta, they might just drop suddenly. So you will be making a lot of decisions during this time, changing of place, changing of home, residence, job. During this time, you will be all doing this. This is a general, of course. I will be covering what exactly is coming your way specifically also. You should also, see if Mars is transiting over a particular planet, so it will be interacting with those planets similar way. If Mars is over Sun, so definitely it will trigger the authority, domination. You will be more aggressive in doing your work. You have a lot of willpower. If it is Saturn, then you will be feeling quite restricted in doing things. You will not be able to make right kind of decisions and right kind of choices. And with masses, you will have some complications as well. If it is Rahu, there will be confusion. If it is Ketu, there can be accidents, there can be fire. If it is Venus, then it can trigger a lot of sexual desires, and you can be going in for some relationship. You have that heat. And then if it is Mercury, then there can be some verbal communication, confrontations, lots of confrontations. So you have to check yourself. If it is Mars over Mars, double the impact. Definitely aggression is on the peak. So when you are communicating with people, you have to be extra careful. But it is the sign where it is going to be in detachment. It is going to be in seclusion, recluse. So you will be more emotional about your own self. You'll be thinking, what is happening with me? You'll be self-pitying, and you'll be thinking, what exactly am I doing here on this earth? All those thoughts will definitely be more when it is Mars over Mars. You don't want to accept things. Okay, so this is what, you have to understand. The energies of your particular planet, is in Pisces sign, and Jupiter and Mars is a very good combination to start any kind of education, start travels, start learning more, acquire more knowledge, be more charitable, do Hanuman Chalisa. These are going to be helpful. Okay, so these are all going to be giving you the impact. So Mars is going to be looking at Gemini sign, Virgo sign, and Libra sign. So these are going to be getting little jittery. Unnecessary arguments can come up for you. So be extra watchful. Okay, so the best remedy I have given you is Hanuman chant. So recite Hanuman Chalisa. If you can't, at least listen to it. Okay, let me start sharing the screen and show you how the predictive is going to be for each zodiac sign. Let me just start sharing. Okay, let me see. Okay, I hope you can all see. So let me just write out. All right, for Aries natives, this transit is happening over your 12th house. See, Mars and Jupiter, Venus is also there for the time being, and then Venus definitely is going to be moving on. But this combination is very good for getting into any kind of relationship. It is going to be good for getting involved in any kind of overseas work. If at all you're thinking of taking up a new job, new assignment, you can be doing that. Don't be in that self-denial. Accept whatever you're losing out on. Accept your mistakes, your negative aspects to this, So you should not ignore. That's the best part about this transit of Mars. It's going to be actually giving you that time to understand your own self. It's going to be giving you that kind of unconscious and that conscious effort to do things now. You will be more motivated also. Maybe overseas connection gets better. Going in for higher education, higher studies, that is also quite likely. But be careful if you're going on journeys or travels. Be careful, lock your house well. Theft can happen, so the security system can just fall apart. So just be careful, and there can be some backstabbing from your friends, so be careful about that as well. In case you are thinking of any kind of short journeys, or your brother or your sister is traveling, so you should also forewarn them. Any kind of fitness regime, if you want to go in for sporty activities, you should be taking that up as well. It is a good time for doing so. And in the marital bliss, there can be some variation or some problem or complication. So be careful that you do not get carried away or be, just take up any kind of picking up any kind of argument can lead to break in the marriage as well. So be extra careful when you are thinking of taking up the any kind of argument or anything related to your own relationship. So be careful. Yes, I'm giving you a few dates, so just make a note. In case you have to go in for purchasing of any kind of property, selling of property, 17 to 21st was a good time, though. It's like when I'm making this video, it's over. From 22nd to 25th, any kind of education, if you want to start anything or any kind of job change, you can do that. 26th to the 30th, excellent time, because Venus, because Jupiter and Mars are going to be closely conjunct. They are not at war also. So this is going to be giving you a lot of energy to organize things, join a new workplace, join a job, or you can also change the place, or you can hire people during this time. In case you want to go in for any kind of fitness regime, you can do that as well. 26th to the 30th, 31st to the 3rd of June. This is the time when you can have complications in your relationship, detaching energies, partner becomes indifferent. So be careful. That harmony is missing. So make sure that you are having a cordial relationship. 4th to the 8th of June is also not good time for health. Drive safely. 9th to the 12th of June, this is the time when you can be traveling, you can have some plans, future planning, or maybe for some enhancement of skills. You can be meeting your guru during this time also. There can be some confusion between you and your father. So make sure that you do not get carried away in that argument. 13th to the 17th, very good time for your work, project completion. If you want to go ahead with it. 18th to the 21st of June. This is also a very good time for getting married, or the potential partner that you have been waiting for. You might just come across that person, or they can be you are going to be getting some promotion, or there is some elevation. Make sure that you do not get involved in any kind of argument with your own friends. You are going to have some complication there. 22nd to the 26th is a time to travel, or maybe start some kind of new business. If at all you're thinking of any kind of relationship also, this can trigger those as well. So make sure that you are careful about the groups you move around in. Okay, moving on to the next sign, that is, just change the sign. Taurus. This is Aries. Okay, Taurus. Let me change this. All right, for Taurus natives, this transit is happening over your 11th house, and 11th house is definitely a very positive transit because it is going to be giving you connections. You might be having some secret enemies to deal with. Be careful about that. But this is going to give you physical activity, friends, groups you'll be moving around in. You'll be more involved in humanitarian causes because Jupiter is also there. And this can also be giving you those goal setting and achievements of those goals as well. This is the time wherein you can carry out your actions. And but you at the same time be careful about your actions, that you're not going to be having any kind of friendship that involves backstabbing. You're just being conspired against, so you have to be extra careful in those circles. Don't move around it, and maintain a distance. There can be some stress related to your health, because Ketu is in your 6th house and Mars is looking at the 6th house as well. So be careful about your health. I would request you, in case you have any kind of complications with your co-workers, you might just get aggravated and agitated even more. So be careful about all those areas. Otherwise, it's a good transit because it's the 11th house transit, and being the ruler of the 12th in the 11th is the loss of the loss. So this is definitely going to be giving you gain. So it's minus plus for you. So enjoy this transit. It is going to be elevating you from where you are. It is definitely going to be giving you that kind of growth also during this time. Increase your physical activity. That will be really helpful for you. In case you're thinking of any kind of change, you can be going in for that change as well. Okay. Some dates I'm giving you in case you want to make some decisions and just protect your older siblings also. 17th to the 21st is already gone, so I'm not going to be covering that. So from 22nd, okay, I'll take up 17 to 21st also. Travels and forming a good connection with your siblings is quite likely from 17 to the 21st. Selling of property is also possible. 22nd to the 21st, purchase of property. Maybe you'll be at home, you want to spend more time with your family, but don't pick up any kind of fight or argument. It is quite likely. 26th to the 30th of May. Now, this is the time when you will be having a lot of inclination towards children, progeny, or maybe you'll be going in for some medical treatment wherein you need that, to look into your health. So that is something which you will be doing when, we have on the 26th to the 30th, when Jupiter and Mars are closely conjunct. So getting involved in any kind of creative activity will help you. You should be taking up any kind of job during this time. In case you have to join, you should be joining. 31st to the 3rd of June, this is the time when you can have some complications in relationship, health issues. Make sure that you take care. It can lead to some fever. There can be something which can lead to some friction in your with your co-workers also. Fitness regime, do some kind of dietary regime. It will help you. Have less heaty products. From the 4th to the 8th of June, this is a time when you can be involved with somebody physically. Intimate relationship with your partner is quite likely. You can be having some kind of negotiations during this time. You are going to be having some joint financials. You're going to be working through the joint finances also. And the intensity in love and affection and relationship is going to be increasing. On the 9th to the 12th of June, this is the time when you can have some ego clashes with your partner. You can have some complications in your sexual relationship. You can have some confusion because of your impulses and your egoistic approach. So be careful about that as well. Don't be impatient during that time. There can be some confusion because of that, and it can lead to some complications in yourself. So you have to transform yourself towards better, right? We all have to grow rather than going down. From the 9th to the 12th, 13th to the 17th of June. Now, this is the time when you can have some kind of, cultural activity. You can maybe be attending some program. If you're a college student, maybe you're going in for some trek or something, some cultural activity you're going to be doing. Some political activism is quite likely. Also, some foreign things, you will be getting in contact with some foreigners or some foreign things. Maybe you are not well because of some virus or something. So be careful about that as well. You will be having a lot of, experiences that will open up the new dimensions. So enjoy this. This is a very positive time, to start something new so that you can actually be protecting your ideas and you'll be exploring the new world, new realms. 18th to the 21st of June is the time when you can be having some professional ambition, fulfillment or desire, rather, I would say. And you're going to be putting a lot of physical effort to achieve those goals. You're traveling, you're working very hard. All that is quite likely in your career, on the career front, especially starting a business, or you are going to be having some kind of new business prospects also on cards. So enjoy this transit. This is going to be a good transit for you because it is in the 11th house for you. For sure, it is going to be giving you all the dreams coming to true, or fulfillment of objectives also. So make the best use of this transit and do not get carried away in your relationships. Don't be too impulsive, I would request. Okay, coming to the next sign, that is Gemini. Quickly take up. I have actually a reading after this, so that's the reason. Okay, for Gemini natives, Mars and Mercury, how they are not good friends. So when this transit is happening over your 10th house, so this is like, Mars is Digbali also here. It's in the Kendra. It's with two benefic planets here. Venus, though, will be leaving the zone soon. But, it is going to be getting that, dynamic professional actions now. You're going to be actually putting a lot of effort at the, channelizing those energies towards the right direction. So this is a very good time for you. And also there is a possibility of different career. Maybe you'll be changing the path. You'll be changing some, new profession is coming your way, or maybe you're going to be changing your profile. Be careful about your attitude. Don't be too dictatorial because, you can get carried away. You can be self-critical also. There can be some conflicts at the place of work also. So be careful about those areas. Don't take any kind of impulsive decisions during this time. Consult the right kind of people, the experts, before going in for some kind of major, decisions. It cannot be because of the ego clashes. This can lead to some kind of, complications in the future then. I'm giving you a few dates. Make a note. 17 to the 21st is the time when you will be concerned about your money matters, and you will be, impulsively maybe purchasing something, and then you'll be regretting. So be careful about that as well. On the 22nd to the 25th, now this is the time when you can have some travels, some communication with the professional corporate world. You will be maybe, going in for some kind of commercial or sports activities. In case you are into repair technology or something, then this can lead to some kind of involvement over there as well. But you do feel charged up, motivated during this time. So utilize this 22nd to the 25th of this month. Very good time. You will be feeling that you want to communicate with people. Like today is 22nd. When I'm making this video, I'm communicating. I felt like communicating with people. So it is not just that only for Gemini, but it's for one and all, that you feel the urge to communicate during this day. So I think this is the best time to do so. 26th to the 30th of May. Now, this is a time when you will be having some inclination towards doing things at home. Maybe you are going to be having some memories, which actually can be painful ones also. You'll be thinking too much. But at the same time, Jupiter is conjunct closely from this 26th of May till the 30th of May. So this is very favorable to carry out any kind of improvement in the house, making some changes in your place where you're living, or change of place also is quite likely. Or you are going to be having some construction projects, or you're going to be selling or purchasing the property or land as well. Be careful about the accidents. Maybe you're chopping some vegetables and you cut yourself, so all that you have to be a little extra careful during these dates. But otherwise, definitely very positive for doing things to enhance yourself. Education, change of place, travels, all that you can be doing with your family. Maybe you will be on the 31st of May till the 3rd of June. Now, this is a little tough time because Ketu is also there in the 5th house of yours. And here it can lead to some kind of unnecessary provocating energies, towards jealousy, and you can get frustrated. Energy is pretty much towards, anger. So you have to be a little extra careful. There can be some dangerous situations that you have to avoid. Dangerous is a very heavy word, though. I know it can lead to some kind of, fear in you. But yeah, you have to be a little extra careful when, it comes to your health and your mental stress. You should not lose out on your temperament, so you have to be taming those energies during this time. In case you have your children, so you will be having some inclination to do for them, or maybe you'll be focusing more time to them as well. So just follow the safety guidelines, follow the rules. Sporty and activities when you're experiencing more of pain in the legs or something, so you have to be a little extra careful during that time, because Ketu is also in the 5th house. I'm saying for that reason as well. It's Mars aspect also on this. On the 4th to the 8th of June, be careful about, because it is going to lead to some fitness regime. So you have to be careful about your workouts. Don't focus too much about your fitness. You're too much on that plane. Take it easy. Take one step at a time. Start a diet, improve your health, and then just go in for those exercises. In case you're thinking of a weight loss, in case you're not, then you might be having some complications with your co-workers. So just lie low. I would suggest, don't lose your temperament, don't lose your temper, don't lose your cool. It's Mars after all. Mars is energy. How you utilize this energy is all up to you. Maybe you get too agitated, or you use this energy to make the best things out of it. So it's all up to you how you divert and channelize your energies. Okay, start exercising and eat right kind of food also. 9th to the 12th of June. Now, this is the time when you can be more involved in your, maybe you're teaching, you're learning, you're getting married, you're meeting a potential partner during this time, quite likely. And also physical aspect, intimacy is quite possible during this time. And in case you want to avoid unnecessary conflicts, you should actually lie low. I would not suggest that you should be going in for any kind of meetings during this time. Avoid any kind of business meeting or something that you are thinking of. Possibly it can lead to some complication, or there can be some you can go a little aggressive in your speech, so, and the other person might not like it. So be careful about all these energies. On the 18th till the 21st, 13th to the 17th of June. Now, this is the time when you can have, some kind of commercial activity. You can have some joint finances to be figuring out. Elimination of conflicts due to ego can also happen. Also, there can be that you are going to be signing some contracts during this time, quite likely. And also, you can be very impatient. So, see, Mars is impatience. Mars is like fast, it's not slow. If anybody is Martian, he will be talking fast, he'll be eating fast, he'll be walking fast. So all that, you have to be very careful about during this time, especially the Gemini rising people, I would suggest, because for Gemini rising, Mars exalts in their 8th house. So this is like, it can be making you very impatient. So be careful about all those energies. Value other people's viewpoint also. And this can lead to sexual urges also. A lot of heat comes up. I've seen in Mars transiting through the 8th house, especially in the Navmansha I'm talking about. So do not get carried away and go in for some rejuvenation activities, I would suggest. Okay. 18th to the 21st. 18th to the 21st is the time when you can have some kind of action towards adventure. Okay, you're thinking about growth, you're thinking about doing things now in a very different manner, you're taking it to another level, you want to maybe enhance. That is why, the 9th house is considered to be the house of education and higher learning. So you should acquire more knowledge. Saturn is there in your 9th house. So this is the time to go in for some change now and acquire knowledge, learn a language, do something about your own self, expand your horizons and your dimensions of your whatever your thought process is. 22nd to the 26th is the time when you will be having a lot of professional bent of mind. There is some action at the place of work, some meetings are lined up. It is also the Gandanta zone when Mars is gradually moving into. So maybe you're going to be having a lot of transition, commotion, and something which gives you changes. Maybe there are changes coming in. So, but do not get carried away. Your attitude should not be dictatorial. You should not be self-critical also. You should not be dictatorial also. At the same time, you should be concerned about the other people's viewpoint. You should actually take their advice rather than, just imposing yours. Okay. Coming to the next sign, that is Cancer. So for Cancer natives, this transit is happening over your 9th house. So 9th house means higher learning, higher education. And, this is also the time to take active participation in the affairs of cultural, educational, and political institutions. Maybe you're going to be involved in that. You can be charitable. It is also good for college students who are going in for the university, higher learning, higher education. This can lead to some aggressive way of your approach towards your approach towards acquiring knowledge is very aggressive. You're aggressive in a way like it's a positive aggression, because you're now thinking about acquiring more knowledge, acquiring more and more, and enhancing yourself, growing yourself. So that's something which is very positive. Do not erode your energy. Don't waste your energy on frivolous things, frivolous issues, frivolous people. Frivolous people are, the ones who are don't mind me using these words, but people who actually demotivate you. I feel that they are not doing any good to you. So just don't pay any heed to them. Just move on, because then what will happen, and it's a loop that forms. You are going to be getting involved in somebody's argument. You will think, oh, why this? The ego clashes, they start up. right? So you have to be a little extra careful when you are conversing with people, and just eradicate those, sieve those, scrutinize people who you want in your life. So be careful about that when Mars is transiting your ninth house. And there is always your mind is expanding and looking for experiences that will open you up to the new dimensions of reality. Instead of eroding your energy, defending your ideas is the key. Okay, so going for chanting or reciting Hanuman Chalisa, Hanuman Mantra, Om Hanumante Nama, Om. That is also a very good chant. I'll write it in the description box, don't worry. Because I'm in a rush, so I'm just pushing things quickly. So 17th to the 21st, you have been thinking about yourself. You have been a little aggressive. You have been emotional. At the same time, you're not able to actually distinguish between what you want. You're not able to, are you happy? Are you sad? Are you angry? Or you are not? So you are going to be feeling those kind of energies. If you have already faced those, you can write in the comment section. You can be very impulsive in nature. You can go in for some, unnecessary egocentric approach. Don't be selfish approach, rather. 17th to the 21st. 22nd to the 25th is the time when you will be more ambitious regarding your money and possessions. You will be putting more efforts to attain those financial, you're comparing with others, jealous, why this person has, I don't, all those emotions are going to be predominant. So make sure that you understand yourself and you are receptive to understanding and maneuvering yourself towards better, right? Don't make any impulsive purchases. I would request you, 22nd to the 25th, being a Sunday also, you can get carried away and you will buy something in impulse. Don't buy to satisfy your ego. Okay, just to show off others. Don't do that. If I dress up for myself first. Okay, if I don't, if I want to dress up in a gaudy manner, people think that I dress up too much because being an astrologer, no, why I can't dress up? I just keep answering back that I reply, why? If you are happy, if you feel happy about certain things, then why not? When you're doing it for yourself, it's fine. But when it goes for satisfying your ego, because others are going to be, actually it's for others, then I think you should avoid. Do not satisfy your ego and go overboard in your expenditures, please. I repeat, 22nd to the 21st especially. Your entrepreneurial skills might increase and get better with time. And this can also be the time for theft. So be careful, take care of your belongings well. 26th to the 30th of May. Now, this is the time when you can be traveling, you can be communicating with, because of your professional career, or, some corporate communication can take place, some meetings can take place. There can be some kind of, inclination towards commercial sports activities. Maybe you'll be taking up some golf, you're playing squash. I love to play squash. So maybe you will be going in for some physical activity or some sports activity during this time. In case you want to go in for some car repair, you should be taking up on this day as well. This is also the time when you can be having a lot of conversations. Maybe you're having a lot of phone calls. There can be complications with your siblings. Make sure that you do not get carried away and be aggressive. And also signing the contract, can be you have to be a little extra careful during this time. Be careful about your attitude towards others. Be soft, be careful. And on the 31st to the 3rd of June, now, this is the time when you can be having emotional problems. You can be more involved in your family disputes or some problems that you have to resolve. Ketu is also there in the 4th house. And Mars is transiting the Navamansha of Libra also during this time with the Saturn conjunction. Saturn is exalted though, but you feel quite restricted and you are not able to convey what you want to. You feel quite detached. You feel quite pained. People are, giving you, hurting you. But at the same time, you have to be receptive to it. You have to be moving on. You have to accept if somebody who is close to you is getting upset. So it's for a reason. Also take care of your driving, and if you are purchasing a property or something, so there can be some dispute in the property. So make sure that when you're signing the contract, think twice, thrice, 4 times. 4th to the 8th of June. This is the time when you can have some your romantic relationship. You can meet somebody. It can intensify your sexual desire. You can be dealing with your children. Maybe your children are going to be coming up to you and they might be just asking for some help. So just listen, hear them out, listen to them, and try to solve their queries and problems. In case you have to go in for some education plans you have to make, you can be doing that during these dates. These are good dates. Also from the 9th to the 12th of June, this is a little precarious time because it can lead to some complications in the health. Maybe you're not able to detect what problem you're going through. You have some stomach pain, you're not able to understand, you're having a lot of medicines, you're not able to. So seek advice, seek help. Do not just take medication yourself. I always say that you're learning astrology, you should not just start applying those principles on your own chart. What happens then? Then that creates problems even more. That is why self-medication, that is also self-medication. You're looking at your horoscope with gathering information from here and there. Seek advice, take help. There are so many astrologers who can actually genuinely guide you through. You should actually go and learn from them what exactly is happening in your life, rather than jumping into conclusions, I would suggest. Okay. 18th to the 21st. Now, this is the time when you can, 13th to the 17th. Now, this is the time when you can be having some contradiction with your partner, or maybe, you're going to be having some partnership business that you're going to be starting. And this is definitely going to be, involving a lot of money. So maybe you're going to be pumping some money into your business. Don't get involved in any kind of conflict, though. This can lead to some marriage proposal coming your way also. Maybe your romantic partner is going to be, claiming attention. So pay that attention to your partner. This is going to be helpful for that person. And you also, your relationship grows. Don't be overwhelmed about what exactly is happening around you. There are so many affairs that are going on. Too much of workload is there. Don't get overwhelmed during this time. Be more expressive in your love and your union, and take help of your partner. Take the help of your surroundings, your people around you, rather than doing everything yourself. 22nd to the 26th is the time. 18th to the 21st. 18th to the 21st of June. Now, this is the time when you can have some matters pertaining to joint finances. You're going to be eliminating old conditions, living conditions, and you'll be creating new ones. You will be forming some kind of negotiations, relationships, sexual desires, some kind of contracts you're going to be signing. This can also lead to impatience. You can be more involved in things which are going to lead you to depleting of energy. So make sure that you do not get carried away in your impulse. Don't make any decisions in impulse. This is also the time when you can have a great transformative energies, because Saturn is also in your 8th house. Okay. So yeah, and lastly, 22nd to the 26th of June. Now, this is the time when you will be going in for some higher learning, higher education. Maybe you will be participating in some cultural programs. You might be going in for some religious functions, or you'll be attending some religious places, some shrines. This can lead to some travels which can be delayed, frustrating. So make sure that everything is planned well. Though it is going to give you higher learning, you're going to be learning your lessons of your life. So make sure that you utilize these transit positions. Okay. Let's move on to the next sign, that is Leo. So for Leo natives, this transit is happening over your 8th house. So you see, 8th house is a house of impatience also. When it comes to Mars, it is impatience. So you have to be a little extra careful about your money matters, sexual urges. So you should not make any decisions related to finances, joint finances, there can be some complications in that. And also you can be accompanied by how others value you. Maybe you will be thinking about all those things. Your impatience levels are going so bad that you don't even know what exactly is happening around you. So this can lead to some ego clashes also with your partner. There can be some impulsive decisions, egoistic decisions that you can make. But at the same time, this is very good for some commercial activities, or parking your funds in maybe some stocks, crypto. This is a good time for doing so. Also, there is a possibility of transports, purchasing of a vehicle, or your property related issues you're going to be actually getting involved with. I'm giving you a few dates, so make sure that in case you want to go in for some sexual relationship, this is the time. And this is also a good time for any kind of relationship which is having complications, to resolve those, in case there are some court cases, separations going on. So you are going to be actually figuring that out, how you'll figure that out, and you will be actually sorting things out also. 17th to the 21st. Now, this is the time when you can be having some travels. Maybe you're traveling, you're going to be having in some investigative mindset. You're going to be having some psychological impulses. You're going to be having, quite frustrated. So the best would be that, you just get into that zone where you are rejuvenated during this time. Some treatment you're taking, maybe you're going to some ashram, you're going to be taking some kind of meditation. Sleep is less. Maybe you're not sleeping well because of your health. So make sure that you take care of all these zones. 22nd to the 25th. Now, this is a time when you can be having a lot of energy towards doing new things. There's a lot of zeal, energy, joining new job, or maybe meeting your own office colleagues, and discussing new projects. You're actually on the rise right now, on the professional rise, because this is going to be giving you 22nd to the 25th is a very important time to be recognized by the authorities. Sun is as it is in Taurus sign. So it's Digbala also. So you are definitely capable of doing things which are going to be enhancing your the positive energy in you. So you have to be taking that initiative now. Be confident rather than being self-assertive. Be more confident, be more receptive, and don't be too egocentric. 26th to the 30th is the time when you can be going in for some money, possessions, discussions, and you will be going in for some, how you can make money out of money. You're thinking about growth. You're thinking about how you can be more, the fulfillment of desires, how you can do that. But it should not be that you're satisfying your ego, your ego because you want to show off others, flamboyancy. Don't do that. You should actually be very careful about your money right now. Do not get carried away in your impulsive buying, purchasing something, then you regret. There's no point. So 26th to the 26th to the 30th, you have to be careful about all these things. You are likely to be more entrepreneurial during this time. You're going to be doing things which actually enhance you as a person, as a partner in your business. You're going to be doing well in your material realms during this time. Be careful about theft. There can be some theft that can take place. So be extra cautious about 26th to the 30th. 31st to the 3rd of June is the time when you can have too much inclination towards communication, corporate communication. Maybe you'll be aligning with the foreigners for meetings. You're having a lot of interest in political, commercial, and sports issues, technologies related to car repair, road construction, media. All those you're going to be getting inclined to. Maybe you're going to be making a short trip during this time to a place where you want to get connected with for your work. Be careful with trying to convince others to think like you, because you're going to be feeling those things. Ketu is there as it is in your 3rd house. So any kind of conversation that you are trying to strike is taken otherwise. So be careful about that. Of course, there are certain communications, conversations which are very important during this time, which are going to be taking place. So make sure that you do any kind of work you have to during this time, but not in aggression, not in impulse. Okay, your attitude should be soft and gentle towards the people around you. 4th to the 8th of June. Now, this is the time when you can be having some inclination towards changing your place where you're living, or maybe there are certain expenditures on renovating your place or doing things for yourself. Drive safely. Buying property is quite likely, but be careful that when you're signing the agreement, it should not be a disputed land or property. You might be having some poor digestion during this time. Eat right. That is why I'm making these videos, in case there are anything which are, there are always plus and minuses attached to the transit videos, of course. So I cannot ignore those. So I'm just forewarning you, if there are any kind of dietary issues, you're having some problems in eating food, right kind of food. So you should actually be more watchful, be more careful about your health during these time slots that I'm giving you. From the 9th to the 12th of June. Now, this is the time when you can be having some, sensitive romantic relationship, or you'll be meeting somebody. There can be some sexual desire that can be intensifying. There can be some jealousies, frustrations, which can lead to some kind of lack of happiness. So make sure that you are not provocative. You're not provoking the aggression. There can be too much of sexual energy during this time, which can lead to too much of complications in relationship also. There has to be some kind of, you have to draw a line. Another tendency is that you can be going in for some entertainment, sports activities. You can be going through watching television, Netflix and all that. You're going to be actually spending a lot of time. And with children also, you're going to be spending some time, and you're going to be controlling them, or maybe their times. You are going to be aligning with their timings as well. From the 13th to the 17th. Now, this is the time when you can be having some kind of interaction with your partner, or maybe you are going to be having some kind of relationship which can lead to some you're going to be focused on your own growth, your own self, how you can improvise on yourself, how you can deal with the people around you, how you can deal with your debts, diseases, and litigation that you're going through. So all that you're going to be focusing on the especially 13th to the 17th. So this is the time not to take any kind of credits. Do not go in for any kind of loans. There can be some inflammation, fever. You have to be a little careful, but it is very good time for work, expansion of work. If you have a lot of workload, you will be able to complete it. So all the tasks that you have got, you're going to be actually completing those tasks as well. From 18th to the 21st, now this is the time when you will be having a lot of inclination towards a relationship. You will be more inclined towards partnership. Now, this is going to be giving you inclination towards working with people. So this definitely is going to be giving you inclination towards doing things which are associated with the outside world, business, partnership, romance, romantic partner you'll be coming across. You'll be overwhelmed, in fact, with so many things that you're dealing with. So these 18 to the 21st is the time when you will be quite balancing kinds. You will be balancing your family life as well as your work life. So this is the time when you should be prepared for. There will be too much that you have to go through. So you have to be strong to deal with all those areas. 22nd to the 26th is the time when you will be having a lot of inclination towards financials. You're going to be working through your financials, investments. There can be some new contracts that you'll be signing, joint finances you'll be working through. And also there can be some conflict, ego clashes also at the same time. Do not interfere with negotiations or relationship contracts, wherever it requires attention. So do not intervene in that. Where you should not attention, as in like you should not pay so much attention that you forget that you are intervening. So there has to be, there's a very thin line between intervention and involvement. So be careful about all those areas during the 22nd to the 26th. So recite Hanuman Chalisa if you really want to do well with the Mars's transit. You should always recite Hanuman Chalisa or Hanuman chant. Om Hanumante Namo Namaha Om. Okay, coming to Virgo sign. Let me just write it. Virgo. For Virgo natives, this transit is happening in your 7th house. Okay, so 7th house means it is going to be giving you inclination towards partnership, relationship. Your focus is mainly on how you can grow in your relationship. How important is your relationship? You're focused on that, and you have a lot of zeal and energy. You're physically, you're very much inclined towards your partner. You're expressive. You're more involved in in balancing your relationship also. This is definitely going to be very positive for you in case you wish to understand the people around you. Definitely you will be able to. In case you want to resolve the problems that you have been facing in relationship, this is a good time. Travels can happen in case you want to go in for some journeys, onward journeys. So this is good. If you want to have that kind of compromising, you want to compromise on your association, professional association, you will be able to do so. Maybe you're coming to terms now that that is required. Also, this is a good time for getting involved in too many activities. So make sure that you are balancing things out also at the same time. This is 17th to the 21st is the time when you can be more involved in your in your friend circle, with the groups that you move around in, the teamwork. You're going to be professionally growing. You're going to be giving too much importance to productivity. So you're more inclined towards the work right now. But at the same time, you are having some friends who are involved in helping you achieve those goals. Be careful. You can be having a lot of, maybe conflict with your own people. So careful about that. 22nd to the 25th, this is the time when you can have some psychological impulses. You want to go in for some meditation. You want to just shut yourself up from the world. You are very frustrated. So you just want to do things for yourself. And this can also lead to some reinvigoration. You want to rejuvenate yourself. You want to get into that nirvana state, and you want to just meditate. So going in for some ashram retreat is a good idea. In case you are unwell or visiting a patient in the hospital, a charitable institute, so this is also quite likely. 26th to the 30th is the time when you can be having some inclination towards doing things in impulse, inclination to doing things in not in impulse, but you have that domination, that power in you. So you want to just complete the task. You're not relying on anybody. You say that, okay, fine, even if it's not your task, it's mine or not, I'm not bothered. I have to complete it by hook or by crook. So you are going to be very, very stimulated. You're going to be very energetic during this time. You're very confident. You're very initiative, taker. You're just going to be putting a lot of effort here on the 17th to the 21st. 22nd to the 25th is the time when you can lose some money, on showing off others, flamboyancy, as we say. So do not get carried away. Don't be too much into ego satisfaction, that what others are going to be thinking, what others say, how others feel. Don't get involved and don't get carried away because of that, and just do impulsive shopping. Don't do that on the 22nd till the 26th to the, okay, I've done that, 31st to the 3rd of June, I'm saying. So be careful about your relationship with the people around you also. It can lead to some complications there, or health issues to your partner also. 4th to the 8th of June. Now that's the time that's the time you will be involved in any type of professional or corporate communication. Some meetings are lined up. You're just working. It's very hectic. And there can be that some issue related to contracts, agreements that is to be looked after. It is also quite possible that you have to make trips connected to your business. You're connecting with your siblings, you're sorting things out, you're having some commercial or sports activities, some media related work that you have to complete. You're going to be having some phone calls and conversations back to back during this time. The 9th to the 12th of June. Now, this is a time when you can be having some kind of inclination towards your home front. You're thinking about cleaning your house, decluttering your place. You're thinking of changing the look of the house. Maybe you're renovating, doing some construction projects, changing of residence, change of home. If you have to, this is a good time. Actually, it's a conducive phase, but there will be something amiss because Rahu and Mars are going to be conjunct in the Mansha. So from the 9th to the 12th of June. So this is a time when you have to be a little extra careful about signing the agreements. There can be some ego clashes which can happen with your own family members also. Unnecessarily you will feel that, they are not having that kind of reciprocation. So just I would request you just lie low, just do not get carried away and start shouting and howling at your own family members because you think that everything is perfect from your side. Okay, and but this is a good time for starting education, good time for purchasing of property, signing of contracts. Be careful when you're signing, reread them. Okay. On the 13th to the 17th is the time when you will be having some connection with your own people. You'll meet your potential partner. Maybe it can lead to some kind of communication with your partner, or maybe sexual interaction, or it can also lead to interaction with your children. Maybe you're going to be conveying things to modify them towards better. You're having that one-on-one conversation, and this is also a good time for getting involved in any kind of sports activity, entertainment. Maybe you'll be watching a movie this day. On the 18th to the 21st, now this is the time when you can be having the energy to work. You're going to be having some, you prefer to work for yourself. You feel that, you feel like you identify with what you do and what you want. And you are going to be having that kind of relationship with the others also. For that, you're focusing more on your health. You're focusing how you can improve on your health, how you can declutter your environment, how you can be more involved in your family life as well. You're having some kind of separative tendencies with your partner, so you're going to be coming to a conclusion as to what you want in this relationship, what you want from this relationship. Some conflicts are there which you're going to be resolving during this time. It's better that you do so. Lastly, 22nd to the 26th, when it's also the Gandanta time. So this can lead to some, effective way of using your energy towards partnership, how you can compromise, how you can grow professionally, how you can improve on the marriage front also. In case with your partner, you're having some kind of complication, you're going to be resolving those issues. But you should avoid unnecessary conflicts, unnecessary arguments also during this time. This also activates the romantic influence in you, the romantic flair in you. You're going to be having a lot of inclination towards relationship, how you can balance business and work and family. This is what is the last week about. So make sure that you have that balancing factor involved here. So recite Hanuman Chalisa, recite Om Hanumante Namah Om, and if you can't do so, at least donate, serve others. Especially, do not have any kind of problems with your siblings. Sort it out. It's not good, because Mars is actually in a very good place here with his own friend. So utilize it, I would request you. Okay. Coming to the next sign, that is Libra. Okay. So for Libra natives, this transit is happening in your 6th house. Okay, and 6th house, it's happy here because any kind of malefic is good in the 6th house. And it is also the ruler of your 7th, transiting through the 6th house. So you might be getting that respite in your court cases or any kind of health issues that you are having. You will be getting that kind of relief now. Jupiter is also there. So this Mars is going to be looking at Sun also. Sun is going to be transiting out of the 8th house and will be aspected by this Mars as well. So this is a very beautiful transit for you because it is going to give you that kind of respite, that kind of relief. You're handling the energies around you well. So this can lead to some changes in your professional career also. You're going to be having those leadership qualities, the leadership skills that you have, you're going to be using them well. And it can also lead to some self-identity. You are going to be getting that kind of acclamation, and you're going to be those accolades that you have been waiting for. Take care of the fever, the injuries, that part you have to be extra careful about, of course, and it can lead to some health issues, but with malefics here, it can also give you some relief, means you will be getting the right kind of treatment also during this time. 17th to the 21st is the time when you can be having some complications at the place of work. Maybe some confusion is there, unnecessary confusion can come up, but you're very, very charged up professionally. Maybe you are wanting others also to behave like you. You're very energetic, you want everything to be in place. You're a very good hardworking person, and you expect the same from the others, which is not happening. So you're getting agitated, you're getting very irritated also. So make sure that you take care of your mood swings. 22nd to the 25th. Now, this is the time when you will be forming a connectivity with the people around you, your family, your friends, your business partner, and your love relationship. They are going to be actually at the forefront. You're having that leadership skills, the qualities that you're going to be utilizing, and you're actually working through the business, your work, your profile is going to be enhancing because of that as well. You're going to be having a lot of courage to do things, new things coming your way. Just be careful about the people around you. They are just going to be backstabbing you. They're discussing things which can put you off. So make sure that you are later, maybe, you come to know. So make sure that you are very alert on these areas, especially on the 22nd to 25th. 26th to the 30th. Now, this is the time when you can be a little more investigative. You can be suspicious. You can be thinking that people around you are just, you're doubting everybody. So make sure that you are going to be having a lot of clarity about it. Until unless you're sure about things, do not make any kind of blames and charges on others. Okay. Don't be in the self-denial also. In case you are interested in occult sciences, so this is a good time. You can take up any kind of classes if you want to. It's also a good time to be a social worker. You can go in for serving others in the hospitals or any kind of social where you can get involved in some kind of charitable institutes, religious places, or some kind of charitable NGOs or something you can join. Excuse me. 31st to the 3rd of June. Now, this is the time when you will be thinking about the action-oriented you. You are going to be thinking about completing the work. You're thinking about how you can make money out of money, how you can grow, how you can, be. But, at the same time, Ketu is in your first house, not to forget, you have to be extra careful about your impulsive decisions. You can be losing your temper, top of your voice, you'll be discussing things, you are feeling that nobody's recognizing your work, nobody's paying attention to you, everything is just going haywire. With Mars also, joining in here, especially on the 31st May till the 3rd of June, be careful about the impulsive decisions that you're going to be making. You can go haywire, you can make wrong choices. And also, maybe while cutting the chopping the vegetables, you can cut your finger, or there can be some kind of complications amongst you and your partner. So do not get carried away. Do not make any kind of impulsive decisions during this time. Just observe safety rules, I would suggest, during this time. Okay. And don't be aggressive. Don't be egocentric. Don't be selfish. Okay, do for others. You do feel detached. You do feel, I don't want to be, you don't want to be around people right now. You have shut yourself up. Ketu is transiting, right? Since Ketu has transited over your first house, you've become very indifferent towards people. Ketu, people say is like Mars. Yes, it is, but I feel it is also like Saturn. Saturn and Ketu are detaching energies. Wherever Saturn and Ketu are, you must understand that the people become very indifferent to others. Okay, Ketu over the first house means that you're not, your perspective is changing completely. 4th to the 8th of June, material possessions is the key. How you can work through your financials, or maybe you unwantedly, you're getting involved into the financials. Don't get carried away in your expenditures, buying things to show others. Don't do that. You'll be depleting your financials. It's not worth it. Also take care of your spouses or partners' health during this time. On the 9th till the 12th of June, now this is the time when you can be more involved in the corporate world, corporate communication. Maybe you'll be getting and making a lot of calls. Conversation is left, right, and center. You're just going on talking, or maybe there are certain commercial issues that you are sorting out. There are certain decisions that you have to make, decisions have to be made. So all that is going on your head. And it is also going to lead to some kind of miscommunication also. So make sure that whatever you're communicating, if it's documented, just read twice, thrice, 4 times, then only make a decision. Okay. 13th to the 17th, I would suggest, this is the time to go in for some change of place in case you want to redo your place or buy some property. This is a good time for doing so. It can also lead to some kind of emotional hurt also. Your own family members can hurt you. So make sure that you are not having those kind of painful experiences. It's all up to you. If you don't want to, nobody can hurt you. 18th to the 21st, this is the time when you can be having some romantic relationship, though you're feeling quite detached from your partner, but at the same time, there can be some physical association, or there can be some kind of new partnership or some new person coming into your life. Very creative, you have become suddenly, and it can also lead to some jealousies amongst in your relationship. So make sure that you are not getting carried away in by those emotions. They are all superficial emotions, so don't get carried away. They are temporary. They will definitely fade away. So don't worry about all that. Also, this can lead to sexual frustrations as well. Saturn is there in the 5th house. It can lead to some complications in the sex life of yours. There can be some situations where you can go violent also. You can go a little aggressive also. But this is a good time for getting involved in any kind of entertainment industry if you're involved in. So this is going to give you that identity there as well. Lastly, 22nd to the 26th. Now here it's the Gandanta zone also in the when the Pisces sign is getting active in the Mansha. So this will lead to your any kind of credits, or your loans that you have taken, or any kind of litigation, health issues. You are going to be figuring that out. You're going to be sorting those out. You're going to be having some kind of relief also. Foreign journeys, foreign education is also on cards. You might be having some situations where you're having professional career growth choices that you have to make, some kind of job change, some kind of portfolio change that can happen during this time as well. But it's a good time to initiate any kind of new things. Change of job, change of work also is quite likely. Okay, coming to the next sign, that is Scorpio. This video has become very long. Scorpio. All right, for Scorpio natives, this transit is happening over your 5th house. Mars, Jupiter, and Venus to start with. So this is a very good time for progeny. In case you want to go in for some sexual contact with your partner, this is a good time. In case you want to go in for some relationship, this can lead to that, trigger that. It can lead to sexual frustrations also, in case Mars is weak in your chart as well. This can hinder happiness. but it is also very good for starting any kind of education. If you want to go in for some creative energy, creative view has to be, how good are you in drawing, painting, or whatever, you're doing, the creativity, the arts. So this is a very good time for doing so. Utilize that energy, because Mars is energy. Mars is giving you that zeal, that enthusiasm to do things now. In case you want to go in for some kind of entertainment, you want to go in for some watching of movie, or some entertainment industry you want to get involved with, so this is definitely the time. So make the best use of for conversing with the children. If you want to convey something to your children, this is the time. Okay. And joining that sports activity would also help you. Okay, it is a good time to follow those safety rules when you're doing some certain things, related to your sports activities. So follow those rules. Okay, now I'm giving you a few dates, because you see, this is the fifth house, and it's the 11th from the 7th. So this is also going to be giving addition to the partner. Okay, so this is good for relationship for that reason. 17th to the 21st, this is the time when you can be going in for some adventure program, higher learning, some kind of action, adventure, rejuvenation, education. You're going to be involved in some religious ceremony or activity at home front. Maybe you're going to be performing some kind of rituals or some religious ceremony at home. So quite likely, or forming a connection with the foreigners is also possible. 22nd to the 25th. Now this is the time when you can be okay, so this can lead to some change of job. Maybe the seniors are changing, the authorities are changing, or you're going to be thinking of changing the job. You're going to be moving out of the place where you are, portfolio change, or there can be some physical effort that is required. Too much of travels, too much of workload is increasing during this time, especially. Okay, and this can lead to also some new networking. You're going to be forming a new relationship, new connection also is quite possible. And on the career front, yes, this is a time for business, and you can grow as such, for as far as your work is concerned. But you can be trapped in your conflicts also at the same time, so be careful about all those areas. 26th to the 30th, this is the time when you will be having some connection with your friends, with the groups that you move around in. You'll be attracted to the humanitarian causes and to teamwork. Maybe you will be helping others around you. You'll be making a good leader. So this is the time when you can actually be more productive. So utilize this time for enhancing your own self and your own skills. Okay. 31st May to the 3rd of June. Now, this is a little precarious time. Take care of your health, take care of the theft at home, or when you're traveling, make sure that you carry all your medicines, and you are having all the everything is intact. You can be little more on the psychological impulses. You can be having some complications there, but at the same time, you are interested in meditation, you're interested in some kind of retreat, you're secluding yourself from the world. Don't be in the self-denial though, but yeah, at the same time, you're understanding things now. You're actually growing gradually with this transit. Okay. 4th to the 8th of June. Now, this is the time when you can be having a lot of energy to do things. You are interested in great power over others. You are going to be dominating. You want happiness through your professional career, your success there. You're stimulated, and you're going to be taking a lot of initiative. Self-confidence is there. You're going to be more impulsive during this time. You're going to be having a lot of I would say that you're putting a lot of effort. Now, this is the time when you are going to be actually concentrating on things which can enhance you as a person. So you're focusing on that during this 9th to the 12th of June. 13th to the 17th. Now, this is the time 13th to the 17th is also a good time to communicate with people professionally. You're going to be communicative, you're receiving calls, you're giving calls, you're making a lot of calls, you're making Zoom calls, you're making, you have a lot of communication, scope of communication increases. So you can be more inclined towards technology or, sports, commercial activities. All that is also getting triggered up during this time. On the 18th to the 21st, now this is the time when you can be a little more hurt, and you feel that people are not understanding you, you're in your recluse, you don't want to be mixing with people. Some painful experience has spoiled everything. Don't lose your hope. Don't lose the hope. Don't lose your emotions. Don't waste your emotions. Rather, just make the best use of this time. That this shall also pass. Okay, be strong now. And this is also the time when you can be having some property disputes. Make sure, because Saturn is in the fourth house. It can lead to changes of place also. Okay, so make sure that you are looking at your looking at the papers that you're while signing, while selling or buying the property, you're signing the documents well. You're looking at the documents well. You feel quite detached during this time though. Okay, quite detaching energies. 22nd to the 25th. Now this is the time when you want more of happiness. You're focused on happiness. You are focused on entertainment. Source of entertainment could be any: children, spouse, partner, entertainment, media. All those are the sources of passing of your time or entertainment. So you're going to be inclined towards all those as well during this time. Some sports activity you can pick up, you can take up. Okay, so this is what is the transit looking like. So what I would suggest is that make the best use of this transits in the trine houses. In the trine house, it does well, and it gives you time to quit your karma also. So just be receptive. If somebody is hurting you, if some job is not done, don't get frustrated. This is what this transit is here to teach you. So let it come to you, and do not just shove away why this problem has come up. Don't accept it and then work on it. Things will start falling in place for sure. Okay, recite Hanuman Chalisa, you'll feel better. Coming to the next sign, that is Sagittarius. Okay. For Sagittarius natives, this transit is happening over your fourth house. Mars, Jupiter, Venus, some changes definitely on cards. In case you are thinking of redoing your place, this is a good time. In case you're thinking of starting a new education, good time. Property dispute sorting, you can do that also. Filing a court case or lawsuit, you can do that. It's a general statement though, that definitely depends on your personal chart, but still there are certain property disputes that are going to get solved. Okay, so this is the time when you will be having a lot of positive energy about Mars in the fourth house. In fourth house, Mars is not considered to be good because it debilitates there. But at the same time, this is a zone where you become more conscious about your surroundings, because this is your fourth house of happiness, as well as your how you perceive your family. Okay, this is the inner world of yours, so make the best use of. And 17 to the 21st, I'm giving you the dates now. 17 to the 21st, you feel quite uneasy, with people around you. You feel that what is happening, why am I not being understood? So you are quite charged up in a negative manner. So this is not the time for picking up those kinds of arguments or egocentric approach. So you have to be more on the receptive side. You have to not get involved in any kind of conflict. You have to be more towards pacifying yourself and the others around you. So get into that deep rooted cause, and then nip it in the bud or take it off and completely eradicate it. So that you have to do. Actually, it's not any of the astrologers who's going to help you though, but yeah, you have to be very, very patient during this time, rather than being impatient, losing your cool. That is not going to help you. Okay, certain dates I'm giving you, 17th to the 21st, you have to be careful about your health and your relationships. 22nd to the 25th is a time when you can be having some travels, long distance journeys, some religious event at home, or you can always go for some kind of adventure trip. Maybe you can go in for some adventure trip. You should unwind actually. Okay, because the Lagnesh is also conjunct this Mars. Okay, so you should be, rather than wasting time, you should just go and do things, help others also. Okay, that's being charitable. On the okay, so this was the 22nd to the 20. Now 22nd to the 25th. Now this is 26th to the 30th. Sorry, 26th to the 30th of May. Now this is the time when you can be having some conversations at the place of work. You're going to be having some action now at the place of work. If there was stagnancy, now things will start moving. You're going to be having a lot of dynamic professional growth. You're going to be working towards achieving those goals that you've set. There is a possibility of career change also. There is a likelihood that you're going to be joining some new job, your bosses change, profile changes, or there can be some impulsive decision that you can make out of ego. So make sure that you do not get carried away. Don't make others uncomfortable because of your presence. Okay. On the 31st May to the 3rd of June. Now, this is a little tough because Ketu is also there in the 11th house, and the Navmansha is also getting active in the 11th house. So you have to be going in for some humanitarian causes. Don't leave your team behind. Go with them. Go take them along, rather than, what happens, people just think about that I can do it myself. That approach you have to leave, because it's with the team or it's not there at all. So if you are a good team leader, if you can be helpful to others, it will definitely help you also as a person to grow. So make sure that you make the best use of your skills to enhance the other person's skills as well. Okay, so just be cautious about be more alert as to what you are thinking. Are you thinking about the others in a very negative manner? You think that the others can't do it? You think you're superior? Think about it. Just pay attention to your thoughts. Then you can be, coming out of them as well. There are layers. So you will be able to unveil those layers, and then you will get the solution. Okay, I'm not like this. I don't want to be like this. I was not born like this. Okay, all that will happen. So coordinate what the others need, how you can help them, how they can be of your help, how you can be productive, because with the team you can be productive. 4th to the 8th of June. Now this is the time when you will be in self-denial. You don't want to do things now. You want to be in your own world. You want to just shut yourself up, or you're not well. Sometimes it so happens that you're not feeling too well. You want to just be, you just don't want to talk to people. You want to just work on yourself, those realms. Or maybe there's a lot of workload from the foreign companies or foreign countries that you're working on. So you're just in your recluse. You're just secluding yourself from the outer world. Also on the 9th to the 12th of June. Now that's the time when you will be having a lot of energy to do things. You're very impulsive, you're very aggressive, your approach towards doing things is very aggressive, productivity increases. But there is a very fine line, thin line, being impulsive and being aggressive in a positive manner. So impulsive decisions are never reversed. But in aggression, when you do, that fire, that enthusiasm that you have, so that will definitely help you. Aggression towards work. I'm not talking about aggression towards people. You will be having a lot of, complications otherwise, because of your impulsive decision making or aggression towards others, or harshness towards others. So impulse is not good. Aggression is healthy if it is not, it is plus the enthusiasm. So you'll be able to complete the task, you'll be recognized amongst people, people will be actually getting stimulated, also seeing you, oh wow, this person is working so well, this person is working so hard. So you inspire others. So this is the time when you will be actually inspiring others as well. Don't be too egoistic. And it can also lead to some, headaches during this time. So make sure that you take the medicines on time. 13th to the 17th is the time when you will be more focused on the money, possessions, expenditures. Unnecessary expenditures also can be there, greed. So you have to be extra careful about all those energies. There can be danger of theft also. So make sure that you take care of your belongings well. And 18th to the 21st. Now, 18th to the 21st is the time when you can be having a lot of communication. Okay. It can be a very serious kind of a communication. Maybe, you're now thinking how you can solve the problems. Now you're getting the solutions also, how you will get the solutions when you're communicating with people. So this is the time when you will be having a lot of communication, you're action oriented, you're sporty, you're getting involved in some action, you're getting involved in some technology. You are more action oriented now. You're more on the conversation side, communicative. So when you're communicative, you're actually being receptive to others also, and people are also comfortable conversing with you, right? So you're going to be actually putting a lot of effort to understand people also. Some short journeys can be on cards, some agreements you're going to be signing, documents. So do it on the 18th, 19th, 20th, 21st. These are good dates. 22nd to the 26th, if you want to shift out of the place, redo your place, want to mix with your family members, but not that egoistic you. It should be the subtle you, the family person you. So make sure that you are very social, lovable, you're loving others. Then only you will be able to be reciprocated with that as well. Okay. So make sure that you are having good communication with people during this transit. All right. Coming to the next sign, do the Hanuman chants, do the Hanuman Chalisa. I keep repeating that. Please don't take it lightly. This Hanuman, you don't know what's the power of Hanuman. You will be amazed if you will start doing that. I'm telling you. So do the Hanuman Chalisa. Coming to the next sign, that is Capricorn. This is Martian look today, Mars and Jupiter. So thank you for appreciating. Komal has just written. Thank you so much, ma'am. Coming to Capricorn. So for Capricorn natives, this transit is happening over your third house. You see, third house is the house of communication, your siblings, short journeys, how you perceive your imagination also, your courage. So Soumya grahas like Jupiter, Venus, they're not considered to be good here, but Mars is definitely good for making positive decision changes in your life. See, when you have to make, when you have to confront somebody, you need to have that courage also. That is why the lawyers are, so bold, because they can speak anything. So their third house, Mars and Mercury, they are very strong. So when it comes to Mars, what is happening here? Mars in the third house is giving you that courage to make decisions, which is nullified by Jupiter, though. Venus is also there. So two Shubh grahas and one Papa graha is there. So you are now going to be more communicative, more receptive, contract signing, getting into any kind of new, contracts, productivity, that all those are getting active. Don't have that kind of insecurity now. You will be making a lot of good decisions during this time. It's a very positive transit. 3, 6, 11, 3, 6, 10, 11 Upchaya houses transit of malefics is considered to be very good for material growth, not for the living beings, but for the material realms. It's very good. So this is the time when you will be signing good contracts, some fetching good new contracts, or fetching new assignments. All that is going to get triggered up. So this is a very good time for technology, commercials, media, sports, all those activities. They are going to get triggered up, and short journeys, definitely, as I said, you're going to be able to convince others also in a very positive manner. I'm talking about. So don't be too aggressive when you're signing the agreements, but aggressive means impulsive. So they can be that you can go little haywire in impulse. So that's the reason for warning. There's always an if also, but also, involved. So there can be some sarcasm in speech when there's third house getting active. So be careful when you're conveying things to others. Don't be too nasty. Okay. Now I'm giving you a few dates, 17th to the 21st. Now this is the time when you can be having some complications with your partner. So do not get carried away in your arguments. Don't expect too much from your partner. And this is also going to be giving you some contradiction in the nature. The partner is saying something, you're perceiving it in another way. So you have to be very careful about what is your thought process. See, there are mood swings. We all go through those mood swings. Sometimes we are not in a good mood, and we just, even if the other person is saying something good, we don't take it, right? We think that, oh, I don't want to hear this, we just shove it away. So that's what is your perception. So change your perception during this time, especially when 17 to the 21st. It's over though when I'm making the video. I'm so sorry I'm late. I was traveling. So, but yeah, pardon me for that. But I'll not be delayed in making the videos for sure. I'll definitely try my best. Then we have on the 22nd to the 25th. Now, this is the time when you can have, you can have some problems in your financials, joint financials. Maybe you are too impatient. You can get some you can be more involved in your elimination of old living conditions, creating new ones. You can be more involved in impulsive decision making, conflicts of ego, whether you want to interfere with negotiations or relationship contacts, or you want to just lie low. All those tug of war is going on in your head. Too much of thoughts, too many thoughts are coming here. So you will feel the urgency that will cause you impatience, accompanied by a concern for how others value you. You're interested in knowing what others have, and you're comparing. There's jealousy. This leads to a lot of complications. So make sure on the 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th of May, you do not start comparing yourself with others. What will happen? You will not be happy from inside for that reason. You should value your own self. You should take yourself as a very unique person yourself. Everybody is unique. See, I love to dress up. Everybody likes it. Most of you like it. So you should dress up for yourself first. If I'm not dressing up for myself, I'm not satisfied, I'm not looking good, so I will not be actually making others also feel the same way. So that's the reason, when you feel good about yourself, only then the others will value you, and the jealousy part gets evaded completely. It gets eradicated completely. It just comes out of your system. So do not at any cost start comparing yourself with others. There will be always somebody better than you, somebody inferior than you. You are you. So value yourself. Okay, especially 22nd to the 25th. Do not lose that kind of mental setup. Be in this setup, and that will take you to places. Remember that in depth, you have to be transforming yourself. Okay, not superficially, in depth. Okay. Thank you. And Virgo, 26th to the 30th. Now, this is the time when you will be having some religious ceremony at home, some educational system that you're going to be learning. You're going to be traveling. You're going to be meeting new people. Maybe with your father, you're going to be taking advice and getting connected. Or there is some kind of clash also that can happen. So that doesn't matter, but you have to be very careful about what are you speaking, because Mars actually spoils Mercury, remember. So the moment you are illogical, you will get carried away in your impulse. You will spoil other people's mood as well. So do not at any cost hurt others, okay, during this Mars transit. You can be very emotional yourself though, because Mars in Pisces makes you emotional. On the 31st to the 3rd of June, 31st of May to the 3rd of June. Now, this is the time when you can have a lot of professional ambition. You have a lot of desire to work. There is a lot of workload. Basically, Ketu is there in the 10th house. You're as it is not feeling up to it. You don't want to go to the workplace. You don't want to work. You don't want to do things. You're feeling quite uneasy. You're not meeting the targets, maybe. You're feeling quite detached from everything, whatever is happening. You feel quite fanatical also. You're not happy doing things for others. So when Mars is also, looking at this zone, so you will definitely have a lot of impulsive reaction now. There's an opposite energy now. You're detached and now you're asked to do things. You're supposed to do and meet the targets, those targets that are set. So you're going to be having all those, the mindset is that chemical reaction is happening on the 31st May till the 3rd of June. So you have to be very careful about your energies, your mental setup during this time. Form a physical connect, with your mind. You have to have that synchronization now. If you have to do this job, you do it wholeheartedly. That's what I mean. So you have to have that professional bent of mind. At the same time, you have to have that inclination also completing the task. Okay, form that connectivity. There is a possibility of beginning a new career, which I will not suggest, because Ketu is there. So if you're in a job, you should be sticking on to that job for 18 months especially. It's not advisable. You feel like quitting the job, you will be on the verge of quitting the job, but I don't think so it's a good idea. Till the time Ketu is there, don't leave the job. Rahu actually is at home in your happiness house, so it will give you a lot of inclination towards making money, getting connected with your family. All those are going to get triggered up during this time even more. On the 9th to the 4th to the 8th of June, now this is the time when you will be connecting with your the teamwork is required. Now you are not having that inclination to work. So how do you do it? You have to form a team. You have to delegate your work. You have to form a connectivity with your friends. You have to take advice from the experts for investments. So all that you are going to be doing during this time. You're having all those things, in your mind, that yes, I have to do this also, I have to do that also, but without the team, you cannot do it. So be more inclined towards making teams out of teams and imparting your skills to others. Don't confine yourself. You will never grow. If I will not make 1.5, otherwise I would have also made 15-20 minutes videos and put an end. But I am giving my best shot every video so that I can impart my little bit of knowledge that I have through whatever knowledge I have. I try to put in all my knowledge into it. Remember, I'm not hiding anything. So that is what I mean to say. If you are my audience, I want my audience to become very strong also. I want my audience to become honest also. I want my audience to actually learn and impart whatever they're gaining. Don't keep it to yourself. It will never grow. Just give away. So this is the time when you should be 4th to the 8th of June. You have to actually be the leader. You have to actually make leaders out of leaders. So impart. That's something which I always tell you all, that don't keep your knowledge to yourself. It will never grow. It will never stay with you either. So make the best use of your productive time. Give yourself some, put extra effort for gaining those kinds of, the targets that you've set. 9th to the 12th of June. Now, this is a time when you can be a little more impulsive, or you want to just stay away from public. You want to be with yourself. You're frustrated, in self-denial. You want to, or maybe, you just want to be. At times what happens, we want to be, we just want to give ourselves some time. You want to spend some alone time, or maybe you're spending, expenditures are rising, or you want to just go for shopping, or you're not well. Then you just, what do? You just go into your shell, isn't it? You just want to seclude yourself from others, right? So this is a time when you will be having all those feelings. I don't want to be with people. I want to, maybe you're working too much, you're tired, you want to rejuvenate, reinvigorate yourself. So do it. Give yourself some time, give yourself some break. Everybody has a me time, so give that time to yourself. Okay. On the 13th to the 17th. Now, this is the time when you can be more, again, now, after rejuvenation, what happens? You get enlightened, you get enthusiastic about doing things. Now you are having that power to do things. But it should not be a dominating power, that no, I will do everything, I'm perfect, I can do this, I can do that. No, you can be sarcastic also to people. Oh, I can do this. In impulse, you can make wrong decisions also. So be careful about that, especially on the 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th. So these are the dates when you will be having a lot of desire to fulfill everything, whatever the task that you have been assigned, but at the same time, you can be very impulsive also. There is a lot of initiative that you have to take. You will be taking in enthusiastically, and you'll be making, choices now during this time. You will be working out, you'll be very aggressive, you can be dominating, you can be sarcastic. All that is also, you can be self-assertive, you can be egocentric, selfish. So don't, these negative adjectives, just shove them away. Just don't let them be overpowering you. Everybody has this, but we all have to deal, or we have to actually do the opposites, okay, to make yourself a better person. 18th to the 21st is the time when you can be focused on your money, possessions. So you will be making more effort to achieve them. Your desire to have possessions is quite powerful at this time. And you may be, doing things which can, maybe investing somewhere where you can, get more money. So you're actually working through your financials during this time, but do not go overboard in your expenditures just to satisfy your ego, because others have bought this car, I should also have it, or if they have bought this, I must also have it. Though this is actually fading away after the COVID, thankfully. In the society, people have become down to earth, and they have minimalistic approach they have opted for, which is very good, but we should stick to it. It should not be temporary, it should be permanent. We can, so why not? When we can, we should. Don't go overboard in it. If you can indulge, fine, to some extent. There has to be a demarcation. Do not get carried away. Don't go overboard in anything, okay? Only one thing you can go overboard is acquiring knowledge. That is something which I always follow. That's my principle. Okay, next. Okay, what is the next one? Okay, 18th to the 21st, the dates. So 18th to the 21st is the time when you will be having a lot of 18 to 21st, I've already told you about money, possession. So lastly, 22nd to the 26th is the Gandanta zone. So this is the time when you can be having some communication gap with people. You can go sarcastic in your speech. You can have complications with your neighbors or your siblings. So make sure when you're traveling, you're taking good care. Whether your car is fixed or not well, or the tires, you have to check everything, the engine and all, so that you are safe and protected. Also, because it is the Gandanta time, it's a junction point, it's like transition from water to fire energy. So you have to be really careful about your emotions also. You can be suddenly very emotional, suddenly you can be very aggressive, impulsive. So you have to strike that balance when it's the Gandanta time. And also you can have some entrepreneurial skills during this time, some contracts, some agreements that you'll be signing, sports activity, technologies, purchasing of vehicle, purchasing or selling of your house, property, all that is going to be there. You're going to be talking a lot on this time. So make sure that you are striking a balance also during this time. All right. Do the recite the Hanuman Chalisa. It is very, very helpful. It will give you impulse, but in a positive manner. You will be making decisions like this in a jiffy, but it will be a right kind of decision because you have that clarity. So when you're doing Hanuman chant, when you're reciting the Hanuman Chalisa, you're actually reminding Lord Hanumana that you have forgotten this. That is why I'm praising you, so that you do what I want. You do fulfill my desire, fulfill my wish. This is my need right now. Please do it. So with that heart, pray, just propitiate Lord Hanuman. He is the living one. He's the immortal one. He will take your letter to the application that you're writing to Lord Rama, to Vishnu. Okay, so do that. Coming to the next sign, that is Aquarius. Okay, so for Aquarius natives, this transit is happening over your second house. See, second house transit is considered to be very good for financials, but you can get carried away in your financials. You can make a lot of expenditures, unnecessary expenditures out of ego clashes. With you want to prove yourself that, see, I have so much money. So do not at any cost, let yourself down. This ego actually brings you down. So do not get carried away. Don't be too self this egoistic, I would suggest. Okay, make more effort. I'm not saying that don't make effort to make money, but at the same time, whatever money you have, you have to save it rather than just blowing up to show others. That's something which you should not be doing. You have a lot of entrepreneurial skills right now. Enhance them with business growth, professional growth. You will be definitely doing really well during this time. It is making you grow financially, because the 11th and the second lord is also with this Mars, which is going to give you elevation in your financials for sure. And this is also going to be giving you materialistic growth, materialism in your financials. You'll be doing well. Okay. This Mars is actually the ruler of your third house, and is in the second house. So it's loss, or maybe your siblings are traveling for work, traveling for studies. This can lead to growth for them. Okay, so maybe if you have to send them off, you should be doing that. Also, it is a good time for initiating a job change. In case you're looking for some place change, you can be doing that as well. I'm giving you a few dates. Make a note. 17th till the 21st. This is the time when you can be having some complications due to court health issues. So you have to be extra careful about your health during this time. It can also give you the energy to handle your work. There is a lot of workload. You're handling it well, but at the same time, you're having a lot of stress also. You are having identity issues. You want to be recognized. You want to do work, but you want to actually do it for recognition. So that recognition, if you don't get, you're getting jittery on the 17th till the 21st. 22nd to the 27th. 22nd to the 25th, sorry. Now, this is the time when you can be having some contradiction with your partner. You can have some clashes, ego clashes. At the same time, you'll be actually concerned about your partnership relationship also. And this will give you some professional career growth as well. You're going to be thinking about starting a new business. If you have to, you should. If you have to travel also, you can plan during 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th also. 26th to the 30th is the time when you can be having some see, this is the 8th house, Navmansha, which is there. So you are going to be having commercial activity, matters pertaining to joint financials, your partner's financials. So you are going to be eliminating all the negatives, or maybe you're going to be eliminating the old, and now you're incorporating the new things. So this is like transformation, or house of transformation. So when in 8th house is getting active in Navmansha, so you're going to be having a lot of transformative energies now. You're going to be thinking of new things. You're going to be more innovative. So this is the time when you can explore the stocks, market, shares, trends, whatever is happening. So you are going to be focusing on all that as well. Sexual relationship, that also brings about a lot of transformation in us. So that is also very essential. That is why it is seen from the 8th house. You will be having a lot of urgency of completing the task, and you can go little impatient also. So this is the time when you should be lying low. You should concentrate on things which are prioritized, which you should be prioritized, I mean. So you should pay attention to the things which really need attention and focus. And this can also, you will have a great capacity for transformation that will allow you to surpass yourself, and this takes you out of the ordinary and transports you to a higher level. So this is what is the 8th house for. And that is on the 26th to the 30th of this month. 31st to the 3rd of June. Now, this is the time when you can be having a lot of adventures, or maybe you will be thinking of taking a long distance journey, action You're going to be participating in some cultural or educational institution. You are going to be having some religious ceremony at home. Ketu is as it is in the ninth house. So this will give you some involvement in the political activism as well. Or perhaps you will try to, get into some religious, ceremonies, or some kind of, you'll form some religious opinions. So this can lead to complications with others. So make sure that you are, subtle, you're not getting overboard. So don't see, when you try to reinforce or you want to just impose yourself on others, then it becomes problems. Everybody has their own viewpoint. So you should let them be. So to lead a peaceful life, you should let them be, rather than changing others, right? So you can change yourself, right? How you can change? Just keep mum. It's the best remedy. Just keep quiet. Okay. Don't try to impose your views on others. There can be some problems and complications in travels. So make sure your itinerary is clear, you're traveling properly, everything is intact. Take care of all those. This is a very important transit, so that's why I'm giving it so much time. Then from 4th to the 8th of June. Now, this is the time when you can be having some changes at the job front. There can be some boss can change, or co-workers can, be quite helpful, and maybe they are leaving and you're feeling quite uneasy because of that. But definitely there is a possibility of different career, different starting a different business. So you're thinking about all those things during this time. Something which is going to pull you away from the league. So you're taking up something new, something different. Maybe your work is completely changed, or you didn't expect that this is also that I have to be doing. So all that can also happen. Some authorities might change as well. On the 9th to the 12th of June. Now, this is the time when you can be having some arrangement with your, you can have some professional career actions which are going to be taken a step further on. There is a lot of workload. There is a lot of emotional bent of mind also with your friends and family. But at the same time, your work requires attention. So you are having that tug of war right now. So you have to balance things here as well. And maybe, some friends are going to be helping you with your family or with you. So you should take help. You should seek advice, or maybe some investments that you have to make and you're not able to. So you have to seek advice and help from them as well. Also, this is going to give you some kind of power, and you should not make any egocentric decisions. You have to work in a team. Teamwork will definitely help you rather than secluding yourself from others. Lastly, it will be 13 to the 17th, not lastly, but there are two more dates I have to give you. 13 to the 17th is the time when you can be overworked, burnt out. You want to just, or maybe under the weather. So you want to just be, you want to just aloof yourself from others, seclude yourself from others, or you want to just rejuvenate yourself. So give it some time, spend alone time. Maybe you're working too much, so or maybe you're preparing for some presentation. You're traveling overseas. Overseas people have come in, and you're spending more time with them. You have to work a little more. So that edge, you have to actually be spending more on your yourself, to rejuvenate yourself. Okay. 18th to the 21st is the time when you can start something new. You're interested in having great power. You're indifferent towards people, though you are detached, but at the same time you want power. You want to work harder. You are having that energy and zeal at the same time, but you are lacking that initiative. So that initiative is required, that spark is required. So this is the time when you can be getting that spark ignited. So utilize it. This is the time when you can be taking up things which to another level. Don't be too impulsive though, but be more aggressive approach is required towards working now. This is, I would say, high time. You should be doing it. 22nd to the 26th is the time when you should be focusing more on your financials, how you can save money, and how you can switch from the business you're doing right now, or it can lead to a new business partnerships, also new relationship. And you can be flamboyant, spending, unnecessary showing off that you might be going in for. It's not a good time for spouse's health, so take care of your partner's health also. You can go a little aggressive in the second house. Second house is the mouth region. You might be eating wrong foods and you can have indigestion. You can be having a lot of dental issues, or you can have right side, you can have some pains on the teeth, and teeth is directly connected to heart, remember. So you have to be extra careful about your teeth region, so don't ignore it. Eye, ear, right side of the Kala Purusha. So you have to take care of that. And also you must sleep on time. If you're having spicy, oily food, then you will not be able to get right sleep also. Okay, so make sure that you chant Hanuman chants or recite Hanuman Chalisa before going off to sleep. That'll really help you. It actually soothes you. It is the support, it's the power that you get. So that is required. You can have that security when you do the Hanuman Chalisa. Okay, so do it. Coming to the last sign, that is Pisces. All right, for Pisces natives, this transit is happening over your first house. Okay, now first house is the house of self, how you perceive others, how you want to be seen by others, how people recognize you. So this is the time you're having that aggression in you, a lot of aggression. Jupiter and Venus, though, are balancing impacts, but at the same time, the ego is actually a big bloated ego right now. So that ego actually leads to some kind of fall, I would say, or making wrong kind of decisions. You can be very sarcastic in your speech, but this is also a very good placement of Mars, because it's in the zodiac man, in the Kala Purusha, it is the first sign in the first house. So this is a very good placement. Ruler is Mars. So this will give you a lot of authority, a lot of courage to make decisions, a lot of aggression, and in impulse you can go haywire though, but at the same time you are having that zeal now. I want to do this, I want to take up this, I want to finish this task. So all that is going to get triggered up in a very, you feel stimulated basically. Okay, so this is good for your mental health. You can have headaches though. Make sure that you take care of your head region. There can be stress levels which can increase, or workload can increase, because what happens, you're thinking of completing the task quickly. So in that quickness, you forget your own self. So because of which you are going to be giving yourself less attention. You don't pay attention to your health. So eat right. Don't eat spicy food, oily food, greasy food. And also, this is a good placement because it's looking at your fourth house. So it's a good time for purchasing of property and land also, vehicle also, in case you wish to, because Jupiter and Venus are conjunct this Mars. So this is also a very positive time for doing so. In case you want to travel, or you want to plan your education, some research oriented programs, you can be doing that. I'm giving you a few dates. Make a note: 17th to the 21st. This is the time when you can be having some inclination towards a relationship. You love, romance, more of sexual desires, they increase. You have some emotional bent of mind. At the same time, emotional problems arise. So make sure that you are having that balance that you really need, because what happens, you're having Mars as a fiery energy in the water sign. So you're definitely having that kind of contradiction here. So to start with itself, so you are having emotions also, at the same time you are angry also. So you have to strike a balance. Okay, so in emotions you go overboard, in anger you go overboard. So there has to be a balancing factor which is involved. And to balance Mars, there is Moon. Moon balances Mars. So Moon is our mind. So how you can tame that mind, that is very important. Okay, so you should do Moon chant also with this transit. You should actually be focusing more on doing, donating rice, donating white color things on Mondays and Tuesdays. If you do so, you will feel better, you will feel good, because you're giving, you're eradicating the karma. Okay, that negative karma of yours. Then I'm giving. This is to start with, right? So 22nd to the 25th. Now, this is the time when you can have, focus more on your health, fitness, regime, and you can have some fever, injury. Make sure that you take care of yourself, and there can be some fever and inflammation. So, also you will be working through towards your health, how you can improve your health. There can be some problems which can arise because of the conflicts at the place of work during this time. So make sure that you do not make any kind of hasty decisions during this time. Do not be more, don't get involved in contradiction and aggression at the place of work. That will not help you. Work in a team. On the 26th to the 30th of June, this is a good time for forming a connectivity with your business partner. In your relationship also, things are going to improve. You're going to be focusing more on the relationship. In case you're thinking of separating or filing a court case or things, then you will be withdrawing all those, and then you'll be contemplating again, rethinking about that also. This is a good time to form a connectivity, physical connectivity with your partner as well. This can lead to that as well. Also, you're going to be thinking about your, how you can start with your business. You're inclined towards enhancing your business prospects as well. This will help you, in fact. On the 31st to the 3rd of June. Now, this is the time when you can have, because there is a complication here. So you have to take care of your health firstly. And this can lead to financial losses also, joint financials, in case you are into that zone where you are working in partnership business and all. So make sure when you're jumping into more investments, so be careful, take advice from the experts and then sign the documents. Okay, all that you have to be extra cautious about. There can be that you are having some complications or negotiations in the relationship contacts, or you're having that impatiently, you're making some decisions haywire. All the decisions are going down the drain. So you have to be extra cautious. Ketu is there in the 8th house. It depletes the health of the partner. It depletes the financials of the partner also. So make sure that you have good amount of saving, or it can lead to that, you're spending money on the hospitals, you're, not well, or your partner is not well and you're spending money. So make sure that you have enough financial saved for yourself. Okay. And also on the on the 4th to the 8th of June. Now, this is 4th to the 8th of June is the time when you can be having a lot of activity at, at the place of work, or maybe you're traveling, you're thinking of growth, you're thinking of enhancing your knowledge, enhancing your skills. So all that you're going to be, or maybe meeting foreigners, or education, initiation of education, romance, all that is on cards. Travels, definitely, but you have to be extra careful about your theft on while traveling, or people you meet, you have to be cautious you're interacting with. So make sure that you are taking good care of yourself at the time. 9 to the 12th of June is the time when you can be having some new contracts, or there can be some kind of job change, place change. Connection with the workplace is going to, the chemistry and the bonding is going to change because of the changes around you in that atmosphere you're working. So it can lead to some change. Your karma is actually going to build up. So you are going to be having some business or some contracts that you have to be fulfilling, some projects that you have to be fulfilling. So that will really be on cards. And be careful about your attitude. Don't be too dictatorial during this time. You can be dictatorial, and it can lead to complications with your co-workers also. And you can be very self-critical as well. So make sure that you do not be self-critical as well. There can be conflicts in your professional and business matters, and impulsive decision making during this time, especially 9th to the 12th of June. 13th to the 17th of June. Now, this is the time when you will be having a lot of physical activity, or you're working with your friends, the groups who actually will be coming to your rescue. They'll be helping you. You're attracted to the humanitarian causes and to do teamwork. You will feel pushed to realize your dreams, goals, objectives. And this is actually this can only happen in team. If you are not having a team, in the teamwork, then you will never be successful. For sure, you cannot work in isolation. You cannot work in seclusion. You have to be with people. You have to enhance them as well. You have to enhance their skills, whatever you have. So impart your skills, be more productive. Maybe there is a complication with your friends that you have to resolve, some long fight which is going on. So that will also get resolved during this time. So 18th to the 21st. Now, this is the time when you will be having a lot of inclination towards occult. Maybe you'll be inside and studying a lot of books. You want to be in isolation. You want to be in, your own recluse. You feel like doing things for yourself. Maybe, you want to take a break. You're going for a retreat, rejuvenation, as we go for meditation and nirvana and those sadhanas that we do. So maybe you're going to be taking that up, or some mantra chanting you're going to be doing. And maybe it can also lead to, when you're isolating, it can be that you're unwell and you're moving away from people. You're leaving people and you're just in a hospital, or at home also you are just in isolation. So that is also seen from here. Lastly, it will be from 22nd to the 26th. You must understand this is a time when Mars will be in Gandanta also. So whenever there is a Gandanta zone, which is getting active, it is always leading to two kinds of emotions that you carry. One time you'll be very emotional, sentimental, and the other time you will be very fiery, aggressive. So that is something which is the Gandanta. Gandanta is the transition from water energy to the fire energy. So it has to lead to all this. So you have to be keeping a check on your emotions a lot during the last end, or 22nd to the 26th. Make sure that in relationship you have a cordiality maintained. You know what exactly you're doing. So you make sure that you don't make any egocentric decisions. Don't get carried away in impulse and make decisions. So follow those safety rules when you're driving. Make sure that you are taking good care of your headaches. You're taking good care of your mindset as well. Okay. So this is what is the transit about. I hope it was helpful, and do let me know in the comment section whenever something triggers up, or whatever happens in your life and it matches up with my prediction or the forecast. So it will really help me as well. So let me quickly take up the chat, what has come in. Let me see. Thank you so much for the look that you have appreciated that I'm carrying today. Thank you so much, everyone. Let me see. Okay. Kamar Samake is asking, is this the right time to sign contract or work? Scorpio rising. See, Scorpio rising people, your Lagnesh is also in the water sign. So what is happening? It is, see, any kind of contract, I've given you the dates, any kind of contracts that you sign, you have to be very careful about the dates. You can be doing that. It is your personal thing. Obviously, you have to go in for the, you have to check your horoscope also. But for you, this is a fifth house transit, which is happening. So any kind of contracts that you sign, that definitely you have to change also. You have to be going in for that change. So it's possible. Sudeepa is asking, my husband is Aries Ascendant, Jupiter 12th house, and always no recognition. See, for recognition, you must have, you must actually be keeping yourself very clean. Remember, when you are having that kind of aura, when you are building that aura around you, only then people will actually appreciate you. It's the external and internal beauty both which is required. So maintain that kind of aura, and keep up your good work. And aura doesn't only mean that you have to dress up and look good. You have to have that positive energy in you, because you're sending those vibes again and again to your firm you're working for. So if you're positive, definitely they will also receive it. Okay, they will definitely appreciate you, and you'll be promoted as well. Don't worry about that. Okay. In my birth chart, Pisces is my Lagna. Rahu and Shani, Shukra in Lagna. How will be the transit? See, you have Rahu, Shani, Shukra already, and Mars and Jupiter are also transiting the 12th house, the Pisces rising. From Pisces sign. So this is a very good time for initiating of any kind of job, new contracts, relationship. Everything is going to be positive. Physical desires will get fulfilled. Okay. And this will lead to many good people coming into your life as well. Okay. So this is good. If anyone Mars Mahadasha running, then this transit should be checked. Okay. See, I'll tell you, if you're running through the Mars Mahadasha, then make Mars your ascendant, your first house, where it is. Suppose it is in Sagittarius. So this transit is in the 4th house. So make Mars your Mahadasha Lord, your Mahadasha Lord, your first house. So Mars in Sagittarius, first house, this transit in the 4th house. So it is good for purchasing of property, land, see it like that. Should Cancer start learning another language? Yes, you can. Okay, I think I will be closing now. I will definitely be, let me wrap up. I have few readings lined up. I will definitely be joining you guys back, maybe tonight, a little late for the weeklies. All right. Stay blessed, everyone. Om Tat Sat.